What's up, everyone? It's Wacko. Welcome you to technically it's week 2 of the SPS USUM offseason. This week we're up against Nekurotic, who I think won the chip in Articuno last season. Did they win? I think they won chip, right? If not, they were like pretty close to finals. But anyways, they have a really scary team. Consisting of Nihiligo, Landorus, Latios, Latios actually, Jellicent, Diggersby, and Tapu Bulu. In the back, they also had like Celesteela, which I was pretty scared of. I thought Celesteela kind of ran through my team, but I do have a Zapdos and a Mega Sableye, which I opted to not bring Mega Sableye. I had like 10 Mons in this matchup that were really good, and obviously I can only slot 6, so the 6 I brought. So yeah, I ended up bringing Garchomp, Zapdos, Azumarill, Z, AZelf, Buzzwole, and Porygon 2. I guess Garchomp is also Z, but I'm not running a Z move on it this week. I'm actually just leftovers. Like a bulky Chomp set with Dragon Tail, Aqua Tail, Earthquake, and Toxic. I felt like I wasn't really going to break through Celesteela anyway, so I figured I'd just get up rocks. And if you try to get greedy with something, I can Dragon Tail them out. And I can Toxic stuff like the Jellicent. And maybe eat a hit from like Bulu or Diggersby or Nihiligo. But I think Nihiligo might have like HP Ice in this matchup, but I'm not entirely sure. So yeah. Also, I'm very stuffed up, so I'm probably going to talk a little bit faster and make this a quicker video. Anyways. Our Zapdos set is pretty bulky. I think I'm fast-ish, but I'm like mostly bulky. But I have like a modest nature because the speed I didn't need that much speed. And actually, I got more stat points out of running modest this week. So I'm modest Zapdos with Thunderbolt, HP Ice, Defog Roost. Just kind of there to like kind of handle like some things, like he had a Mega Gyarados, which he didn't bring. Also kind of helped deal with like Tapu Bulu. It could take a hit from Diggersby, beats Jellicent, and it beats Celesteela, so that's kind of what I brought it for. HP Ice kind of fends off the Latios and the Landorus at some points, although I kind of wish I ran Toxic over HP Ice, but it's fine. My next set is Assault Vest Azumarill. I didn't have a Latios switch in, so I figured AV Azu was my answer to that. Running the Play Rough, Liquidation, Aqua Jet, and Knockoff. I'm just trying to get Azu to eat a hit from Latios and kill Play Rough because I do not have a Latios switch in. And if Latios gets carried away, then I could potentially lose, or I have to sack something and bring in the AZelf. My next set is AZelf, which is my Z captain. I'm running Darkinium Z with Zen Headbutt. Yeah, my physical set this week. Zen Headbutt, Ice Punch, Knockoff, which is boosted by Darkinium Z to kill the Latios, as well as hinder that Jellicent quite a bit as well. If he wants to switch into Jellicent on me, I can two-shot him. If he's Fizz Def. If he's not Fizz Def, then I think I just one-shot it, but yeah. Our next set is Fizz Def Buzzwole with Rocky Helmet, running the Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Roost, Toxic, I believe. It's just Fizz Def because it helps me deal with Bulu, it helps me deal with Diggersby, helps me deal with Mega Gyarados, which didn't come. And because I figured he'd swap, I didn't think he'd go like hard Nihiligo on it because I do a bunch of damage and I get like EQ coverage. But he's not going to want to switch in his mods that would beat me otherwise because Ice Punch demolishes them. And then I could Toxic the Jellicent. And my last set is Porygon 2 with Trace because he has a lot of abilities that I like to trace, such as Sheer Force. Not that I benefit at all from it, but tracing huge power is something I've seen someone do against me before, and I ran Diggersby. I could trace Grassy Surge, I guess, or Water. Actually, the funny thing is I could trace Water Absorb from Jellicent if he runs it, and then he can't touch me in Jellicent because I'm immune to both stabs. Latios, I could trace Levitate if I don't want to get EP'd by Landorus, or at least make it so Lando or Diggersby can't really come in super well. And I can trace like Beast Boost. So yeah, I'm gonna lead with my Azumarill because I didn't know what he lead, and he actually just stays in. Azumarill is my check 2 Latios, and he actually just goes for the Electrium Z, which is pretty insane, but thank God I was running Assault Vest to help me against that. Otherwise, I would have died. Unfortunately, though, I missed Player Off, and I'm just going to die to T-Bolt, but luckily, because he ran Z, I actually figured that he's not going to be able to really touch my Porygon 2 as well. So he's going to T-Bolt, which doesn't really do that much. And I can bring in, he's going to bring in Jellicent on my Ice Beam. And I'm going to bring back in Azumarill because I don't want to get Toxic. And since Azumarill failed to do his job, which is unfortunate because Azu did so well for me in Gen 9, but I guess it's taken its break this week. So it's going to survive a Giga Drain, but I'm going to knock off, which will activate Colbur Berry. I guess in the long run, Azu did end up doing something. And here I'm going to go into Zapdos. And I'm actually going to double into AZelf because I figured he would probably go into Nihilego. And I didn't really want to, like, since I missed the Latios, I'm pretty far behind, and, like, all his team is at, like, full health pretty much. So getting AZelf in here is pretty good. I should be able to live any hit from, like, a Scarf Nihilego unless he crits me. So he's actually going to go into Jellicent on my Zen Headbutt. And unfortunately for me, I can't kill him with Knockoff because he has no item anymore. And I have to Z, unfortunately. Even though the Jellicent's like almost dead, I have to Z to kill it. So I just pop my Z, especially because he's not like... now that I know what his Latios is, I feel like I can kind of wall it with Porygon anyways, and I don't think I need my Z move for anything else. On Latios, I just have to U-turn and like pivot around, but he really does struggle to switch into AZelf here right now. So he's going to bring in Bulu. At this point, I was still kind of in, like, down deep. I was like, oh, if he's Scarf, whatever. I should have hit the fucking Latios anyways. Like, this game should have been over already. But, luckily he's not Scarf, and I'm gonna bring in my Zapdos. Since he didn't really bring anything I brought Zapdos for, it was kind of whatever for me. So he's gonna Wood Hammer. I'm gonna Roost on his Stone Edge. Which is funny, because I'm actually Charity Berry, but because I Roosted, it won't activate. I'm just gonna Hidden Power Ice because I don't want him to like set up on me, and yeah, he clicks Swords Dance there, so I'm gonna HP Ice, kill him. Not really sure why he didn't go Nihilego there, but I guess. Porygon 2 should be able to come in no problem. He's gonna crit Power Gem me, but I will see that he's Life Orb, which is good because I don't really deal with Nihilego like super well long term. He's gonna get that poison, but thankfully I click Recover on that turn. I'm gonna be able to stay healthy. Especially because Recover is 16 PP in this generation, thank God. He's going to Calm Mind, which is really scary. But luckily for me, he actually just clicks Draco, which I'm super happy about. I guess maybe he would have scared of like Toxic, but at least for me at this point, I'm able to keep his health low with Ice Punch. So if he had clicked anything else there, like if he kept setting up Calm Minds, I probably would have lost to that Latios there. But yeah, I'm gonna Ice Punch shit. Probably should have Ice Punched the Diggersby, but I'm kind of glad I knocked it off. Even though it was just leftovers. I don't really know why it was leftovers, but sure, I guess. So I knock him off. But I'm kind of glad I did, because at least at this point I know he has no item. And I don't have to worry about switching into like Choice Band or something. But when I switch into Diggersby, is always Buzzwole. So he's going to Quick Attack, and I figured he would switch here, but I had no reason to not click Ice Punch. Nihilego kind of ate that, no problem, but I am like very Fizz-Def Buzzwole, not very like attack invested. He actually gets a double right there, and doubles into Latios on my Garchomp. So Garchomp is going to go down. I kind of had to. I felt like Garchomp really didn't have a purpose in this game. I don't know why I brought it, to be honest. I probably should have brought Sableye, but yeah, Garchomp didn't really have a purpose here. So down goes Garchomp. Gonna bring in AZelf. He does have to sack something to the Ice Punch here. So he's gonna sack Nihilego. And he does have the quick attack, but he actually switches into Lando. So I'm going to switch into P2 because I should be able to live knockoff into Earth Power, I think. And I should be able to kill it. Actually, the way that he clicks Psychic and then Earth Power almost killed me, I probably didn't live knockoff into Earth Power, but as long as I would have been able to get AZelf in, I should have been fine. And it would have been a game of like doubles from there, or even if Quick Attack even killed me, because I don't know if Quick Attack kills me, but my calc said it did, so potentially, yeah. At this point, I am just going to stay in with Porygon 2. Because I have Sheer Force, Ice Beam is going to do a lot to it. And then U-Turn's going to kill Latios. And he's going to forfeit, which is kind of awkward because I had U-Turn there. So technically, like, Buzzwole should be getting this last KO, but I don't know if I have to count this as an AZelf kill. For now, I count it as a Buzzwole kill, but if Dawson yells at me to count as an AZelf kill, or I count it as a Buzzwole kill, but if he yells at me to count as an AZelf kill, then I'll just give it to AZelf. But so far, AZelf is the killer of the league, which is really, really cool. Cryptix did some pretty good work with it week 1. I wasn't super sure about AZelf, but now that I use it this week and like now that I've prepped with it, like it feels really fun. It just kind of clicks buttons. I feel like the team supporting around it is really good. I have a lot of options, I feel, but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking because my nose is clogged and I want to blow my nose. GG's Necrotic. Hopefully you're allowed to make trades. I think you're allowed to make like 3 transactions, so hopefully you can do something about that. And yeah, I will see you guys next week when we face, I think Luster is his name, and he has like a Z Tornadus Therian and like a Z Cobalion for some reason, as well as like Mega Diancie. So like Torn T U-turn into Mega Diancie is going to be pretty obnoxious. And yeah, I'll see you guys then.